All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Shibra Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught me this truth through the Holy Spirit. And a sincere peace, blessings, and salutations to Yakim across the four corners of the earth that are pushing this knowledge and truth and this sincerity. It's your brother Barzal from the GMS Arizona Camp, Lord's will, with another quick lesson to edify. All right, in this lesson, I want to highlight this article because it's telling of the times that we're in here in America, and it's ultimately confirmation that this American society is circling the drain. The people are feeling more and more oppressed. Affordability for everything is completely lost. The people can't afford to live. Wages are not keeping pace with the inflation and the cost of living. And people are, like, for instance, here in Arizona, there was an article that I read recently where they said that evictions this year are at a record high. And so people are getting put out of their houses. And if, I don't know how it is in other brothers' areas, but in Arizona, it's one of the top cities where the housing costs has skyrocketed the most. And that's whether you're renting or whether you're in the market to buy. And this is just a telltale sign that we're at the end of America, that people are going to get so frustrated with the living conditions and their inability to provide. They're going to get so frustrated with it that they're going to not regard their kings nor princes. There's going to be uproars of the people, protests. There's going to be, the people are going to push back against the government because they're not doing anything to solve the problem. And we got to understand that this is what the devil wants. He wants the people to get in such a desperate position. He wants to break the people down so much to where that they need the government's assistance, and then they're going to come with the play that's in their agenda, which is ultimately going to lead to the MOTB. But let's check out this article. It says first time buyers must earn $120,000 to afford the average home, and this is in America. Okay, we'll read it in the article. It says earlier today we reported that for at least 40% of Americans, up from 27% just 2 years ago, the American dream is dead and buried and has been replaced with the American nightmare, renting for life. And here's why. According to a new survey from Clever Real Estate, a St. Louis-based real estate company, thanks to the galloping housing inflation, the median price home in the U.S. now costs $332,000, with NAR and Census Bureau data reporting that the median existing and new home sale price has risen to $393,500 and $430,700. So that's existing and new home sale price, $393,000 and $430,000, man. So it says, meaning prospective buyers need an annual income of at least $119,000 to afford it, with a 10% down payment. So that's with a 10% down payment. For that $393,000 house, you damn near gotta have $40,000 down payment saved up, and then your annual salary has to be basically $120,000 just to afford to buy the average price home in America today. It says that's about $45,000 more than a typical household earns annually. So the average salary in America is $74,000. It says even with the 20% down payment, home buyers will need to earn at least $98,202, still well above the typical salary. It says the median U.S. income earner, I'm just skipping down a bit, $74,755 with 10% down could only afford a home that costs $207,000, 38% less than the current medium price home. So go to college, get a job, buy a home, have a family, which is the staple of the American dream, is dead. It's over. Because very few people are making this level of money. And home ownership is the foundation of American wealth. It's a must for you to have a life, here in America. And this is very telling. It says, you can only afford if you had the average income around $74,000 or a home that costs $207,000. Now, what I have here is, I typed in Google housing prices in the 70s. This is what popped up. It says between 1970 and 1975, the average cost of a home jumped from $227,000 to $40,900, which would be $213,000 today. So, housing prices was fucking at the height $49,000, average housing price. Now they equated that to today at $213,000. So the average earner today wouldn't even be able to afford that. But when you go to Google, and if you so for instance, if I were to go and look at home prices in my area, they like $600,000, and that's for you to get a very average home that actually needs some work. So now you got people that are 30, 40 years old that's stuck still living at home with their parents because they can afford to move out. Rent, you can't find anything under $2,600, $2,700, $2,800 that's decent. Or you gotta live way the fuck far out of town where you're gonna be commuting, 45 minutes to and from work every day, maybe an hour. So this devil has completely broken down the society to where people can't afford to live, man. And ultimately this is why eventually the people are gonna rise up against him. And this is why the Lord is getting ready to destroy this man and take the kingdom, man. That oppression is pissing people off. People can't afford to live this way. It's only a matter of time before they're going to rise up against this devil. Hold on. And this is all strategic. This is something that this devil is doing intentionally. It's Rock 10 and 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. there's a saying, when we speak about the New World Order, which is you will own nothing and be happy. So this is all part of the play. This is all part of the devil's wicked plan, is to force the people to be renters. That's why you had mega corporations like Vanguard and BlackRock that was buying up all these residential homes and turning them into rental properties, because this devil don't want you to have the ability to own anything. That way the people can be more easily controlled. That puts more power into their hands. All right. But because of all of these unrighteous dealings, and the rich is gotten by deceit, manipulating the interest rate, that manipulates the economy, that has an impact on inflation. That's what the Fed is doing, which is a privately owned corporation. So this whole economy is manipulated. The shit that we seeing with the rental prices and the home prices is all manipulated, and it's all been done intentionally to break down the population of the people, so that this devil can come in, the so-called white man and his mega corporations that he uses can sweep up and buy up all of the properties and force all the people to become renters. Because this devil don't want us to own anything. He don't play fair. And so that's why the people are going to end up rising up against him, man. And we're seeing those things take place. That's why we know we living in the last days. All right, because you go to 2nd Esdras. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that this is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there should be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were from before thee, even from the beginning. As for all that is made in the world had the beginning and the end, and the end is manifest. All right, so when we see these uproars, and these seditions, start picking up, all right, here in America, that's even going to be more telling. Because right now we're seeing uproars. We saw moments of uproars here in this nation, but it's gonna be even more. So, as we continue to approach the end, we're seeing them, out there in the world, but it's gonna be right here in the shores of America, man. Because these people, it's only a matter of time before this kid blows over, and the people just say they're gonna hit the streets. People can't afford to feed their families. They can't afford to housing. People are getting evicted at an all-time high. And people ain't gonna sit around and continue to deal with this wicked oppression from this devil, man. All right, let's get a few scriptures. This is Psalms 73:8. It says, they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. All right. Ecclesiastes 7:7, it says, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. All right. This is what this devil is doing. He's oppressing the people. Let's get what's that? Proverbs 29. And 1, it says, he that being often reproved hardeneth his neck shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Why? Because they're gonna be dealing with an unjust leader who only is gonna oppress them. They're gonna be living under harsh conditions. All right, and that can only last for so long for the people rise up against that leadership. And that's what's getting ready to take place right here in the shores of America. Because the American dream is dead. Americans can no longer afford to be American. You know, and call hello, yeah, how about Shimmy Al Shai? Because these are the days that we have been waiting on. You know, we ready for this shit to end. Let's get this real quick. Let's get one more. Let me see what we got. All right, let's get this. It says, let me see. Let's see what we got. I'm seeing if there's any precepts to go with that. Ecclesiastes 10:5, it says, there is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceeded from the ruler. All right. But yeah, you know, yeah, this is how the devil is moving, man. He's completely broken the people down, man. And so now, you know, people can't afford to live. So it's over with, man. The American dream is done. It's dead. You know, people stuck in this renting cycle. They can't break out of it. There ain't enough money. And second Ezra 15 getting ready to play out very soon. So Lord willing, this was edifying. With that, until next time, say shalom.